Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back. Here to do a general reading for you for December 2018. This is for December 2018, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. And if you'd like, and this is your Venus or Mars, please check that as well. Whatever signs that you think tend to give you the best readings, it's always good to check them. People sometimes swear by their rising over their sun. I personally check 3 or 4 of mine, Sun, Moon, Rising, and sometimes Venus too, if I'm particularly interested in an emotional or relationship, I should say, perspective. But this is general. It's extra. There's a love reading up for you as well, Scorpio, so please feel free to check that. Thanks for coming back. And let's get going for you. It's a Celtic cross. I will also pull reversals on this one, which I haven't done in my love reading recently. So let's see, what are the energies for lovely Scorpio people out there? Okay. All right, so Scorpio, the bottom of the deck for you for this month is the Tower. Do not be afraid of the Tower. Definitely one of those people where I don't start saying, oh, I hate to see the Tower. I'm not a big fan when people get all freaked out when they pull a Tower in their reading. I don't see that as that at all. I just see that sometimes we need to get unstuck. And this is the universe's way of getting us unstuck, Scorpio. So you might have something that needs to get unstuck and start over or be reconfigured and recalibrated. So let's see what that might be. This is a general reading. You take it as you see it. If there's something at work that this really resonates with, or in your finance or personal, other relationships like friends or, family, take it that way. Just taking a glance across your whole reading right now. There's definitely a very important relationship that has to be dealt with here. There's definitely something that has, there's definitely something that has happened with an important relationship for you, Scorpio. And it's been a very deep connection, whether it's romantic or whether it's at work. I have a feeling that there's a romantic relationship here. I'm going to see how this unfolds, okay? And we're going to clarify. You do have the Temperance card in the reverse right now, Scorpio. So, there's definitely something that's kind of rocking your system. And with the Tower here and some of these other reversals, we're going to see how that comes clear. But there's been something that's been putting you off balance and kind of keeps coming back around to put you off balance. And the obstacle is how to reconcile in your mind or how to handle an important relationship, 2 of Cups, that has meant something to you, that got uprooted or got shortcut or never quite got off the ground, got where it was supposed to be. I'm going to say it's more than a superficial initial stage 2 of Cups. I'm personally one of those people that feels 2 of Cups is not just superficial anyway. But when you have the Lovers in reverse in the base of your reading, there's been some kind of perhaps betrayal. There's been some kind of mistrust. One or both of you thought this was going somewhere, had so much potential. Could be somebody that was a partner in business, partner in your romantic life. And in the past year or maybe longer, I don't even think it's the past month. I think this has the potential to be even bigger, even longer. But you've been on a pattern of this relationship and trying to analyze this relationship because it has gone through some upheaval. And that's what brings you to this point. It brings you to this point. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This has just definitely been a very trying situation for you. How to figure out what to do with this relationship is just the core for me. The most recent past for you, Scorpio, has been that you were dealing with an energy of the Magician in reverse. You were dealing with an energy that you couldn't trust. So whether this was a relationship or a boss, there was definitely somebody that was maybe fooling you in some regard. Really, the big, you know, they really just did wrong by you in some way and promised you something, did not deliver, maybe out and out lied, maybe presented something that was better than it really turned out to be. Maybe, try to kind of sell you down the river. And unfortunately, you might have bought it at the time, but it definitely has thrown you off balance, unfortunately, Scorpio. I'm sorry to see that. There's definitely some goodness happening here. There's definitely some goodness. Let's hang in there. But there's some mixed energies. So coming into the most recent time, an important relationship's been turned upside down, or did not come to fruition, or maybe there's some unrequited love here. It could be that there's some unrequited love, but somebody has been a bit more than a trickster here, and it's definitely rocked your system. In the most immediate future, you might be saying you're done with the bullshit. And where do you cut the cord, or where do you carve the line? Where do you find out the truth? Who's with you, who's not? Who's true to you, who's not? Who's worthy of your trust and who's not? The Queen of Swords is definitely in her power. You're taking that stance of taking your power back, because what's on your mind is manifesting something concrete, something you can attach to, and beginning anew and managing something really great and tangible. And that's definitely what you want to hang on to as your ideal scenario. If you're not making this change on your own, knowledge coming in or a situation is probably going to set it in motion for you. And it may not be a bad thing. This may be the time to kind of, take your hands off the wheel a little bit, move at least in the direction of the flow, not against the waters. That's just what I'm getting, is don't move against the waters right now. You're embodying a bit of the Seven of Cups, Scorpio. So you might be having a bunch of options on how to move forward, which would be a good thing. The other thing is there might be an element of you that's kind of staying a bit in an illusion on this. There's a side of you that wants to stay in the fantasy or the illusory side of this, and that who wouldn't, right? I mean, who wants to believe that you put your faith in something that didn't come through, and maybe you made a bad decision, or maybe you had this ideal about this person and then you're finding out, well, was I not worthy of that? Or like, what even ever happened? How did they come around? And how did I was I a fool, or what is that all about? Look, don't personalize when there's somebody that is out there that's not coming through on something, or that's not turning out for you, or it's not the right person. There's other opportunities. There's other people out there. And it could clearly be that it's nothing that you influenced or that you did anything wrong. Sometimes we immediately turn to ourselves, and even if it's not like what we really believe, there's like this subliminal voice in our head that says, if I only did this, or if I only did that, it could have been something I did, or that says, maybe I could just kind of still hold on to the part that makes me feel good. But, with Mercury retrograde, and I guess it's Jupiter and Neptune, where we need to go to some of these darker places sometimes, the way for you to get back your power, which is what's coming in for you, either a person that can provide advice, Queen of Wands, or you being able to tap into your power with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, which are beautiful entities for you, whether you're male or female, to grab hold of where you're powerful in this. Hang on to where you're powerful, not this, illusory, fantasy side of things. What's real? What's tangible? What can you manifest? And, I know you fear being betrayed again, but look, 10 of Swords is the bottom, and there's only like the way up. So if this thing has really thrown you for the loop, it looks like it may have, Scorpio, don't fear this. It's almost like walk in the face of this. Walk right into the face of this, because continuing to put this at bay continues to keep you hanging on, continues to zap your energy, and continues to put you off balance. in the outcome, you're going to understand that your best course of action is to turn away offers that are not worthy of you. Because, you know, to make the most of, you know, what could have appeared as a rejection. Because whatever rejects us protects us from something worse. Truly. So let's clarify a little bit for you, Scorpio. See what's going on here. The thing that got you totally off balance and has to do with this relationship that got off balance. I'm going to read those together. So there was something that happened where, you know, somebody came through with something and they may have thought they were giving you an offer, but it upset you, or you're highly focused on the fact that you're upset over this. Somebody came through with an offer that upset you, or you're just still very kind of fixated on the fact that you're upset over a relationship that was not even give and take, and you're deciding to drop it. It's definitely put you through a loop from a balance perspective. That's still confirming that whatever this is, you're ebbing toward an energy of moving on and dropping it. You're not there yet in this current energy. You're not there yet. It's heavy. You know, lovers in reverse could be, you know, there's just a real big karmic lesson here that needs to come through. And it's just really heavy for us to do that, Scorpio. And I know Scorpios by nature, when it comes to relationships, you tend to hang on. Virgos too. And you want to fix things. You take things deeply. When people are superficial and offer you something that just, oh my gosh, you know, if they offer you something and it's not right, you know, it's very hurtful. So basically, you've been dealing with something toxic and overly attached. You've been overly attached to something here that's not working for you, and you need to move on to get into a better place with it. And you need to not be the one hanging in, is what it's saying to me. Work at something that is going to serve you at this point. Work at something that's going to serve you at this point, Scorpio. Definitely, definitely. And that's what's going to yield, oh my gosh, all of these from the bottom of the deck. Work at something that's going to serve you for your happiness. Stay clear, not overly emotional, and that's where the healing will come. So beautiful, beautiful energy there at the core of what needs to happen. You know, I think the rest of it's probably going to fall in line also. But in the near term with the Queen of Swords, who's cutting out whom? What are you getting clear on? How are you holding your ground? Deciding what not to put energy into, what's not worth your energy. You could be dealing with a tricky King of Swords in the reverse. That's causing the blockage in the healing. Interestingly enough, I just shuffled and these cards came up again. But that's what you're getting clear on. How to cut out what's not working for you. Cut it out. This thing about being, you know, in la-la land over it, you know, Seven of Cups, still kind of holding on to the fantasy, holding on to the illusion of the thing that didn't work, holding on to the illusion of the thing that's keeping you stuck, of the thing that was trickery, right? Don't hold on to the illusion. Find what you're passionate about. Reconnect to you. Opportunities are coming in when you reconnect to you. That's where the opportunities come in, okay? This idea of getting back to your Queen of Wands state, the idea of manifesting for yourself, the idea of manifesting for yourself, getting your control of your emotions, but still being loving. There's nothing saying that you can't. A nice balance between King of Cups and King of Pentacles. When you control your emotions, you can still be generous, you can still be supportive, but you can control that what you put your energy on is going to be the thing or things that yield the right things for you. Where can you stay focused on what's going to be, you know, giving you value and you creating the most value? Not the stuff that's going to drain you or pull you off your course or continue to betray you. Not the things that uproot your emotional life. And if somebody's being withholding of you and not communicating, take them at their word. Take them at their word. Don't ignore the insight that you're getting from this. People show you who they are by what they do. They can tell you all kinds of crazy things, but they show you who they are. And if it's not manifesting right now, understand there's a reason for that. And there's a higher good for that. There's definitely a higher good for that, for sure. And if the offer's not coming through with the Four of Cups and you're feeling that you want to be more discriminating, then do. This whole reading is telling you that. The sun is in the offing for you. Be more discriminating. Don't go toward the battle. Go away from the battle and let down your angst about this. You're the only one that can let down your own anxiety and tension around this. There's so much possibility here. There's an unhinging that needs to happen. Again, there's the Seven of Cups. There's a need to move out of the Seven of Cups, okay? Stay on the tangible. Stay on this Ace of Pentacles to manifest it in, okay? Stay on what brings you passion and manifest it in. And when you do that, right relationships appear. Okay? Scorpio, when you do that, right relationships appear. So don't fear the Tower. Don't fear the Tower, truthfully. You know, it has a reason. It has a reason for being. So through this December, maybe early January period or January period, there is something coming that will shake this up for the better, that will kind of maybe push you out of your comfort zone, but that could be very good. And you've got just awesome possibilities to gain back your power with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil in reverse. So don't fear that. Grieve a relationship if you have to grieve it, but move on. And use your logic and use your power and use your manifesting to keep in mind what you do want to create, and you will attract it. So good luck with things, Scorpio. Let me know if anything is resonating here, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Happy holidays. Thanks for being here, and take good care.